BAS, that is Building Automation System. So we will also discuss different parts of this BAS. Actually, it is the umbrella term, right? And sometimes also we can call BMS. BAS, BMS, already used. It is used to refer to a wide range of computerized building control systems. What exactly BAS is? It is actually a computerized building control system, right? From it contains special purpose controllers, various types of controllers, to some stand-alone remote stations also. And also the large system includes central computer stations and printers and so many. Like when we imagine what exactly is a building automation system, so we can say that in simple way, there are some computerized control system. In that, some are the controllers, some are the stand-alone remote stations, and maybe central computer stations and other supporting parts of that. The bus comprises several subsystems, right? There are several subsystems which are connected in various ways to form a complete BAS or BMS. So what are the different subsystems? So the different subsystems include main subsystems include HVAC systems. It is the most important system. Then some are electrical systems, lighting systems, fire systems, and security systems. We can also say that one more is added, lift systems. In industrial buildings, some of the additional things are also there. So when we say commercial buildings, commercial malls, in that case, these are the common one what I highlighted: HVAC, electrical, lighting, fire, security, and lift system. But in additional industrial building, that also contains compressed air systems, steam and hot water systems. Right now, mainly because in industry some process is going on, some manufacturing process or some type of other type of process. Mainly the boiler and other components are also involved. So that part is also there in the industrial buildings. So there may be two kind of building automation sectors. One is the commercial and the second one is the industrial buildings that also get automated through this type of building automation concept. The building automation system may be used. What is the actual? We are going to clear out this concept by different imaginations. We can use this system for the monitoring purpose. Different monitoring things are also, it is not that all the things are controlled, but many things are also required to monitor. Then control, yes, obviously control is there. Many parameters are to be controlled, and also we manage many things or some of the things we using this building automation system. So what are the typical benefits having this building automation concept? Correct. So the first and the most important benefit when the BAS is implemented in any commercial or any industrial building is increased reliability of a plant and services. It is not only to the plant, yes, it is also to the commercial sector buildings. So what actually, in terms of what we get the benefit from this, if we increase the reliability of plant and services? What do you mean by reliability of plant? What do you mean by services? What kind of benefit we get from this? For example, failure of a component almost always result in some more expensive repair. We know it very well. Or replacement than would have been necessary with timely periodic attention. So to replace the thing, the failure of thing, that is the always such type of things happens. But one type of failure, it's very it create many types of serious issues in a particular. If we consider especially the plants or the productions or the manufacturing industries, or sometimes periodical attention is also required to give, right, to the service, to provide the service to the different parts of that particular unit. The typical examples are equipment alerts when the predetermined operating time has been reached. So this will help us. Periodic attention, timely attention. Then if otherwise what happens, if some sound systems are implemented, smart systems are implemented, they gives predetermined operating different types of indications, alerts, different types of information. So that will be definitely beneficial, and that increase the reliability of the plant. So reliability means how many times we can use that particular component, that particular part, how much is the reliability, how much we reliable on that particular uh, component of that particular unit, or different types of instruments we can say in that particular unit, or any building also. So obviously the quality matters, and definitely after service also matters, and after service is depend on the type of signals from that particular device we get from that. So that is also very important, the feedback from that particular equipments. Then second benefit we can say that reduce operating cost, right? It's very important, it reduces the operating cost. Operating means different types of operations. So cost of energy required for heating, we have to imagine these things very clearly. Cost of energy required for heating, air conditioning, illuminating the space. So much light is energy required for the illumination of different lights, and that. Typical examples of these are program, start, stop, duty cycle, set point, reset, and chiller optimization. So how we get this? How we get this benefit by implementing the technology, that is the program start of things. Automatically things get off when there is no usage. So there should be reduction in duty cycle. Duty cycle plays very important role. There must be duty cycle must be good. The set point reset. Yes, all these things, small things makes reduction of operating cost. And chiller, that is the very important part of BAS, or we can say that very important part of HVAC. So their optimization is very much essential in BAS, so that we can say that the benefit is reduced operating cost. Building management. Building management will be very very now easy with this type of building automation things. It will be very suitable, and it becomes very sophisticated. This means monitoring the conditions and services and maintaining them at required level. This is possible. So everything is possible. The management will become very easy now, because building is big building, complex buildings. There are many rooms, many places, many things are there, and to monitor and to manage all these things are very difficult. So with this particular building automation system, it is now very suitable. It becomes very simple to manage and monitor all these things easily. Then what are other benefit? One more benefit is enhancing staff productivity. Obviously, productivity of staff is very important. How much the staff are satisfied, based on that the product will get improved definitely, because the atmosphere of that particular building becomes very comfortable and healthy atmosphere. So improved environmental conditions, as the internal conditions are very improved, environmental conditions are very healthy, so obviously moral job satisfaction will get increased, the maintenance will get decreased, and then the persons, that there is no requirement to spend more money, more energy on the time, the different things to prevent. So this is very good benefit we get from such type of BA system in any industry or any particular building. So obviously, if the temperature of that the person they are working over there, if the temperature, the environmental conditions are not good, obviously the productivity will decrease. The productivity will definitely improve if the atmosphere is controlled. with good temperature, good chilling, good coolant, good cooling environment. That is very important things that is required in different types of atmospheres. Then one more benefit is protection of people and equipment. That is also important. So because many safety measures are there, many maintenance measures are there, many feedback mechanisms are there. All these things are incorporated under this BAS. So obviously the protection of people and equipment is there. The communication systems are very strong. The communication system can be put to work sending alarms to an operator or security services in the event of smoke, fire, explosion, or situation that could possibly damage the equipment. Not only for the safety of the peoples, but also the safety of the equipment is possible by adopting different types of feedback mechanism, measurement mechanism, and prevention mechanism, granting different levels of access to various staff members. Yes, all these things contribute in the benefit, fifth benefit, that is protection of people and equipment. So what is the process of this particular BAS design? Right now, what should be the process that should be followed, or the step that should be followed? The BAS is a computer-based control. BAS is a computer-based control system installed in building that controls and monitors the building's mechanical and electrical equipments. Correct? Such as ventilation, lighting, power system, fire system, security systems. BAS consists of software as well as hardware part. The software program usually configured in hierarchical manner and can be appropriately proprietarily using such protocols, CBus, Profibus, so on, and some of the vendor-based also. Some of the that are protocols, open protocol, and some are developed by that particular softwares by that industries like DeviceNet, so XML, BACnet, Loanworks, and Modbus. So these things are involved, means some protocols, some software, some hardware, some mechanical things, some electrical things. All these things are included in the process of BAS design. How do I be different from BAS? Right now, so intelligent building and BAS, is there any correlation? Building automation systems help a facility owner save energy and optimize performance through things like scheduling, controlling output based on occupancy, and more. BAS is mainly, the role of BAS is mainly what? The main focus is on save energy and optimize the performance by implementing different types of controls, scheduling, and different types of maintenance activities, security activities. The major difference between BAS and intelligent building is ability for an intelligent building to analyze data from the multiple sources. Now that BAS become intelligent type of thing, when the analysis is taken on the data, what action is to be taken when the reading is this, when this is the output coming from any device, what action is suddenly required, their analysis is required, and when analysis part is added with the BAS, it becomes intelligent building. So need of this is already discussed last time. Smart buildings integrate technology and IoT to provide solutions to the age-old issues of overspend and inefficiency in building construction and use. With a smart building, all the systems are connected from air conditioning to security and lighting. The same type of words are repeating again and again. So it is very much clear from this is that the air conditioning part, the security part, the lighting, and all these things are there. What are the components involved in building automation system, BAS? Again, the same thing, very much and very important component involved in this is HVAC. BAS control various components within building structure such as heating, ventilation, air, and air conditioning, that is HVAC. That is the first one. What the benefit we get from this? If we implement HVAC, the primary goal of this HVAC or this particular is to improve system efficiency. That is in terms of energy saving, less amount of energy required. So energy efficiency is the main profit we get from this HVAC. Then cost, ultimately the maintenance cost get decreased because the reliability increased, efficiency increased, and obviously that resulted in increase in safety also. BAS or BMS is the centralized automatic control of a building's HVAC, lighting, security, and other system through the bus. So if I ask you what is HVAC? HVAC is the part of BAS or BMS. Right? It is one part. It is one type of control. We can say that in the field of HVAC. BAS is a complete part and their sub part is HVAC. And other subparts are lighting, other subpart is security system, and other subpart fire systems, and different types of electrical controls. These are the different subparts of BAS. If I say you draw the block diagram of BAS, what you say? You draw one centralized computer, and that connection is given to different subsystems. So in the middle page, you can draw HVAC, you can draw lighting system control, then you can say security systems, and then you can say fire systems, electrical systems, and then HVAC. When we focus on particularly HVAC system, then what are the different components involved in HVAC? Now then we focus on that particular component, because HVAC is also a detailed or complex system. Then particularly when we focus on lighting system, then what lighting system? What are the different types of lightings and how they get controlled? Then we focus on that particular lighting. Then when we shift to the security systems, what security mechanisms, safety mechanisms are implemented and how they are implemented and which components are involved in that particular security and safety mechanism. When we focus on electrical systems, which are the different electrical systems are involved in BAS, then how we measure the data from that and how we control the things with the help of this particular BAS. Likewise, fire systems, what are the different fire systems, what type of fire system, which are the components involved in fire system, how we detect the fire, and then how we control that particular fire. So these things need to be discussed in detail in that particular section of that subsystem. So all these add together and it becomes BAS. It's a very simple concept. So as we know, different systems are there in BAS. For example, mainly the systems are categorized into two sections. The first section of category is energy management systems. Okay, under the energy management systems, there are HVACs, electrical systems, lighting system, and some miscellaneous utilities like hydrant system, water controls, water supply systems. Okay, water supply, water level, everything under their water systems. So these are energy management. These categories, particularly energy management type of system, to increase the efficiency in terms of power saving, energy saving. Then another category, mainly we have the fire life safety systems. Okay, so in that mainly fire detection system, access control system, CCTV. Then we can say that perimeter protection systems. These four sub parts are covered under this perimeter protection system. Perimeter protection system, it is written over here for your understanding, to detect the intruder. So the most common points where this particular perimeter protection systems are implemented. So it is equipped with sensing devices for premises perimeter protection are doors, windows, vents, skylights, or any other opening to a business or home or any industry type of building. So two category: energy management, 4-5 systems. In fire safety, fire or life system, again there are 4-5 systems. So We have to understand this. Each and every system is actually the role of instrumentation and control engineer. First understand the systems. Now building automation system is nothing but this. When you understand this particular slide in detail, when you understand this slide in detail, your outcome is there, your outcome is achieved, your goal is achieved. You understand building automation. Okay, to understand building automation, you require to read only this systems mentioned in this particular slides, and try to go more and more detail the new technology in that particular systems. Now let us have the first important system, that is HVAC system. So first of all, we highlight that system. What is the main purpose of this particular system? So when I say HVAC, before reading this, I will say you that some of the introduction of this HVAC. The main purpose of HVAC system are to help maintain good indoor air quality. So what is the main purpose? To maintain good indoor air quality. Through how it is possible? Through adequate ventilation with filtration. There is a ventilation process, there is a filtration process, and that provides good thermal comfort also. Not only the cooling part, but also the thermal comfort. So what is main purpose of HVAC? To help to maintain good indoor air quality. So how this good indoor air quality is possible? By proper ventilation, filtration, and then it is possible to provide good thermal comfort. This system also provide heating and cooling to residential and commercial building. AC is only for air conditioning, that is only for the cooling. But this HVAC is not only for the cooling, it is also for the heating. So based on the environment, atmosphere, or the season, the heating and cooling operation taken place by this particular system. And it is very popular system, not only in complex the big malls and big complexes and industries, but also this systems is popular in residential complex also in foreign countries. They try to adopt these systems for the comfort. This system become more and more popular nowadays in different countries. This is very popular system. And this system use fresh air. The main how this system will work? Actually, this system takes the fresh air from the outdoor environment and provide high indoor air quality. It takes the air from the external atmosphere and it filters out it processes it out and gives the fresh air to the indoor different places. And ventilation is one part of this, right? So ventilation process is what? Actually it replaces the air within the space. That is ventilation, because the ventilation is also important thing in this. Heating and ventilation and air conditioning, there are three things: heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So ventilation is what? It is the process of replacing, exchanging air within the space, so that this helps to have the better quality of air indoors and involve the removal of it also helps to remove the indoor moisture, smoke, odors, heat, dust, airborne bacteria, carbon dioxide, and other gases. So yes, this system helpful for so many things. So what I read, it also useful for removal of moisture. It also helpful for the smoke, odors, removal, heat, dust, airborne bacteria, carbon dioxide, and other gases also removed with the help of this particular system. As well as finally we can say that temperature control is the main part, and also it provides very good oxygen levels inside the rooms, different types of rooms. or indoors, we can say that. So there are different parts also. So I can say that yes, with the help of monitor and control of high side. This is actually technical words directly used in this slide, but I already explained you the basic purpose of this system. And it monitor and control high side. What is high side? High side is actually the discharge side of that particular system. Equipment including chiller. Yes, chiller is the main part of this HVAC through integration on Modbus, BACnet for training of parameters. It also monitors and control pumps, others associated equipment for high side or discharge side. It also monitors and control AHUs, that is air handling unit. I already discussed this. Air handling unit is the main part of this HVAC, air handling unit. Also, it handles, monitor, controls VFDs, variable frequency drives. It also monitor and control IAQ, that is, it also controls indoor air quality in different parameters of that. It is also useful for measurement or monitoring of the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide levels in a particular environment. Yes, it can be also, it is integrated, right? It integrated with the precision air conditioner for server room, switch room, hub, IDF, right? Or different types of rooms. Yes, now from this, you will get some idea about the HVAC. Main aim is what? To maintain good indoor air quality. That is the main purpose. And this purpose will be fulfilled by different supporting part. So in supporting part, what is there? There is a cooling tower, there is a chiller, there is a boiler, and air handling unit, there is a filter and coils. So the blue color mainly focuses, and red color indicate hot air. Red color indicates some hot air and blue color indicates cool air. So you can see that the air is taken from the outside, this particular outside air that is inletted through this air handling unit. What happened over here? When the outside air is entered into this air handling unit, what may happen? You know, this particular part, filter. Here you can say that the air purification can be taken place in filter. Air purification will be taken place in the filter part. But what happened in this particular part? This is the external air. It is somehow get heated. It is somehow get heated. You can see the ventilated room outer air, that is hot air, is taken into this particular air handling unit. You can see this. This is the ventilated room's exhaust air, we can say that, and that is actually hot air. That is actually coming into this air handling unit. So this outside air is actually the cool air, not what coolant level we want. The desired levels are not there. Obviously, that get warm over here. Okay, it get warm over here, so that some of the moisture content get reduced, and then it enters into this filter unit. So it will filter out the many unrequired things. Then it will be, this air will be then passed through the coils. There are various coils present in this. This is simplified diagram. The coils are present over here. There are again two types of coil. Coils are nothing but heat exchanging unit, condensing unit, condenser, heat exchanger type of things. Okay. Again here the simplified diagram, so that you can only observe one type of coil may be there, right? But what happened here? depending on the requirement in the ventilated room. Depending on the requirement in the ventilated room, either the chiller will get work, either the chiller will get work. When chiller will get work means obviously the requirement in ventilated room is cool air. When the requirement is cool air, at that time this chiller will get work, and through different pumps, this particular refrigerant, what chiller will provide? Chiller will provide refrigerant. This refrigerant will be entered into this particular coils, and then their condensation will take place, and this filter air will becomes more chilled air, and then that particular chilled air will be passed to the ventilated room, so that we can say that the air quality of that particular room is maintained at a comfort level. Comfort level means as per the requirements of that particular rooms. So in other seasons there may be requirement of hot air, but somehow not exactly hot we can say, but some warm type of atmosphere is required. The thermal comforts, the thermal level may be more required. In that case, the combination, sometimes what happens, the combination is used, sometimes separate lines can be used. Then boiler plays the role, right? We know the boiler, it can generate the steam, and that steam can be used to get the things heated. So this particular steam will then pass through these particular coils, so that this air get warm up. And this is all things are very accurately controlled. Very accurately controlled. The other details are not shown over here. This is just the simplified diagram. The things are controlled, and then the hot air get entered in this particular ventilated room. So that conditions are then maintained. So chiller plays the role for the generation, for the production of the refrigerant, and this boiler plays the role for the generation of steam. So boiler is used at another conditions, and chiller is used in another condition. Then these two sections are particularly, again, cooling tower is also there. So cooling tower will reduce the temperature of that particular steam to a lower level, and then there is a evaporation type of things can be again that get exhausted to the atmosphere. So the different vents and that. So if I say you that there are total 9 to 10 parts of this particular HVAC system. There is a air return type of mechanism. This is air return mechanism. Okay. Then we can say that there is a filter. This is one component. There is a exhaust. There are exhaust. Then there are ducts, outlets, electrical element, outdoor unit. Then we can say there is a compressor, coil, blower. Many things are there, but that everything is not mentioned over here. But I can say that there are compressors also. Why compressor is required? Compressor is responsible for converting the refrigerant from the gas to liquid. Because what happens, the refrigerant you cannot directly given to this particular coils. First, it is very essential to pass it through the compressor. Then what happens, that gas will be converted into liquid, and then it will be passed through the coil. So that part is particularly not shown over here, compressor. Yes, but that also over there. Blower is also one component in this particular HVAC system that draws warm air. This fan is, yes, we can say that the part of that blower, correct? So we can say that, yes, that is shown over there. So that is actually the blower, and many other things are also involved in this room. So now only one thing I want to now say you that from this now you can understand the concept of HVAC from this particular slide. What actually HVAC is there? What purpose of HVAC is there? The main goal is to
Okay.
maintain indoor air quality, and not only for the cooling but also the hot air. Not only the cooling environment but also it provides hot environment, not very hot but desired environment, I can say the control environment. So that will improve the comfortness in the room.